Hello again.
Hello.
Just like the zombies, we are back from the topic that you thought was dead, but it's not. We have more.
We're beating a dead horse, except it's not a horse and it's a zombie.
It's not dead anymore.
I don't really have much of an intro because we've talked a lot these past few episodes.
I feel like you guys are probably completely sick of us.
Yeah. And if we sound sad, it's because we are. If you have tuned in to episode 7 of The Last of Us, that's why.
I don't want to talk about it.
No. You'll see. That's all I'll say. You guys you'll figure it out on your own. If you haven't already.
I'm getting real sick of this show, making me cry.
The finale's in 2-3 weeks. It gets worse.
Oh God, she's starting again. I really thought when I signed up for this, it was just going to be about zombies. And instead, yeah, exactly. Don't, because I'll start.
Okay.
I'm Kate.
And I'm Jane, and this is Creeps and Coffee.
A show where we talk about the dark parts of the world around us.
Cryptids, conspiracies, things that go bump in the night.
And the crimes behind the scariest creatures of all, humans.
Join us as we take a look at the stories sure to give you the creeps.
Pull up a seat, grab a coffee,
and let's have a chat.
We're going to get into a couple different topics today about zombies.
We've gone over history. We've gone over culture. A little bit of pop culture.
It's going to be everything else now.
Yeah. Buckle up.
I've got lots of talking points.
Lots of talk.
Lots of talk to do, English. Grammar.
Aren't you guys so excited?
So, yeah. I want to start off with Caitlin. Do you think, personally, you are prepared for a zombie apocalypse? No. My answer is maybe. Okay.
Maybe about me or about you?
Maybe for me. I might survive if I toughen up.
My rebuttal question for you is, do you think I am prepared for a zombie apocalypse?
No.
Correct. I'm glad we're on the same page. My hypothesis has always been and will always be, because obviously Jamie and I have been friends for a long time. We've been planning, we've been preparing for every possible situation for about 17 years now. We've had lots of conversations about this. I am quite confident that should a zombie apocalypse start, I would just kill myself. And hear me out. It's not like, oh, I'd be so depressed that the world was ending. No, it's because I don't want to deal with that. I don't see any point in living in a world that is so terrifying and there's no escape. There's no, you don't find any solace in anything. I would just rather be okay, you know what? I'm going to take the positive and I'm going to be done.
She thought that was very funny. You killing yourself is hilarious.
It really is. Have we told you guys about the time Jamie
Don't
thought I
talk
should
about
kill
the
myself?
life incident. Oh.
Yeah, the life incident. So we're playing a game of life, and I am a very competitive person, in case you guys haven't realized that from the debates that Jamie and I have had.
And we have more.
And yeah, so we were counting our cash at the end of the game, and Jamie may have beaten me. It's still up in the air.
No, it was a win.
We'll see. Anyway, so she was very busy counting her money, and as we all know, Jamie's got a bit of a one-track mind. So I had finished counting, and Jamie still had a pretty thick stack to go through. And what I said was, guess I'll just kill myself. As a joke, you know how I do. And what Jamie said was, man, I wish. in her mind, that was her saying she wished she had as much money as she was counting.
Yeah.
She could not understand why I was so offended by that until she took a minute to process what she had heard me say.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. No, I'm sorry. No.
I have never let her forget it, and I never will.
Listen, sometimes just words come out of my mouth. It's my internal dialogue becoming external.
That's fair.
I will then... Did you have more to say about...
No, I would just kill myself.
Okay. Interesting. I then ask, do you believe as a society that we're prepared?
No.
No?
Did you see COVID?
Yeah, I'm hoping that we're more prepared now, but also, if it's anything like the zombie movies and stuff, it's not gonna go well.
I feel like people would turn on themselves so quickly. And I mean, like,
Yeah.
it's just like the divide we saw with COVID. People are gonna deny things, people are gonna be real assholes about it. And that's why society as a whole is not prepared for stuff like that.
I also had a point here that also, it might just be better if Mother Nature took over, because we're not doing amazing things to the planet.
We are not.
We're not doing amazing things to the planet. And at this point, it might be like a natural reset button. And as much as I don't want to die, that might be a good thing.
I think
for
it's
nature, for Earth itself, for animals,
fair.
for climate change.
Yeah.
Like, zombies don't emit.
Maybe zombies are like cows, where every time they fart, they just emit like CO2.
Well, in that case, that is an issue, and never mind, I retract said statement.
Wouldn't that be the ultimate fuck you for Mother Nature? Like, oh, you're gonna treat me like this? Have zombies.
Well, that's kind of... Listen, it's possible.
I know it is.
And I can jump into that.
Go for it.
There are scientists who are very nervous.
This is
IRL,
nervous.
this isn't a movie, by the way. Real scientists are panicking because the permafrost is thawing. And it has never done that before. And
To the extent that it's...
Yeah, especially not when humans were alive. And this is a concern because it has diseases and viruses frozen in the ice that we have never experienced before. We don't even know about it. We haven't studied it because it's all been frozen. So if it continues with climate change and global warming, if it continues to melt these things...
We don't know what's coming.
It is 100% possible that a disease or a virus or something gets transmitted, and we have nothing to stop it. We have no way to fight it.
No. When I think about stuff like that, I think about, like, Planet Earth documentaries where they're talking about, like the ants that get that zombie fungus.
I'm going to talk about that.
Amazing. But, like, I'm sure there are similar circumstances, but what if there's a much more similar circumstance hidden in the permafrost? We'd never know. We have no reason to know until now.
Yeah. And like you were saying before with COVID, we obviously were not prepared for that at all. And if anything, I think we're less prepared now. We know the
100%.
protocol and stuff, but like our health systems never recovered from it.
No, they're still
Nurses are working triples.
Immensely.
People are still struggling with homelessness. We are in a recession. Like
the world,
it's getting worse.
Yeah. And that's why we're doing so well.
And that's something that was a good point in The Last of Us. In the very first episode, the intro scene, they were talking about cordyceps and how it's this type of fungus that we don't need to worry about because it would die if it was infecting a host with a higher body temperature, but we would need to be concerned if the climate got a few degrees warmer. Do you see where I'm heading with this?
Can you guys hear the panic in her voice right now?
Hey, we're getting warmer. Panic.
My favorite thing about that is that that's not a bit. She's actually just panicking.
'Cause it could literally happen any day now.
I get it. But
Thoughts on that? Because it's
see,
like, that's so realistic.
this
It's
part of the
basically true.
this part of the conversation is what always throws me into an existential crisis.
Uh-huh.
And I'm the more I watch The Last of Us, the more I'm just like, why is any of this happening?
Nothing matters, but everything matters. Also, Did
Exactly.
you see that they discovered 6 new galaxies
No.
with that new... I'm gonna include this. This is a late intro. That new telescope camera that they take pictures with.
Sure.
James Webber.
Sure.
Whatever the new telescope thing that they take pictures with. They can
Hubble?
take pictures. I don't know. It's like brand new, like this year.
Oh, I don't know.
They've been able to take pictures of different things that are literally from the Big Bang, because light travels at different speeds, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they're able to take pictures and learn about that stuff. They took pictures from that time. There's 6 undiscovered galaxies at the beginning of our galaxy. So they'd already existed. And this rewrites, like, the whole history of what, like, physicists were thinking, because they were like, we thought we were the first, but there were 6 more before us.
Why are you doing this
And
to me
they're
right
like,
now?
and that shouldn't be possible because that's after the Big Bang. And it's just like, oh my god, that's crazy.
I feel like a zombie right now. Like, Jamie tells me stuff about space all the time, and I hear it, and my brain is like, nope, you can't process that.
Because it's
You're-
crazy to imagine.
It is, and that's why my brain is like, nope, not for you. Not for you,
If
Caitlin.
it makes it more understanding, a comment I saw on the article was, oh, so we're just a late bloomer? The Milky Way galaxy.
Aren't we all?
Yeah, I was like, valid. Apparently we are.
That's why. Do you think there were zombies in the other galaxies?
Probably. That'd be kind of cool.
That's my intelligent response to that.
Yes,
Do you
thank
think
you.
there were zombies there?
But yeah, I think every single day we get closer and closer and more likely to developing some sort of zombie apocalypse, or apocalypse in general, because let's be honest, it could be artificial intelligence, it could be aliens, it could be zombies, it could just be an economic collapse. I also wanted to ask, would you consider the guy who was eating people's faces when he was doing bath salts a zombie?
No.
Why?
There's a difference between zombie and cannibal. That man was alive.
But his brain was messed up and he was eating human brains.
Yeah, but he wasn't... There were no signs of death and reanimation. He was just a cannibal. Would you consider Jeffrey Dahmer a cannibal? Or, no, I'm gonna kill myself.
Yes, I do consider
Yeah.
him a cannibal.
Jamie. Would you consider someone like Jeffrey Dahmer a zombie?
I guess not. Also, this
Exactly.
wasn't a debate. It was just me asking a question.
I know.
Okay.
But I'm prepared for debate at any point. I'm ready.
Okay, good. Don't worry. I have debates for later too.
But also, that guy that was on bath salts.
Mm-hmm.
I think what people tend to forget, because I remember how, like, sensationalized the media was when that happened. And, like, fair, that's a fucking wild thing to have happen.
Like what, 2011?
Was it 20? Oh my god, Jamie, we're getting
2012,
old.
something like that. I know. Don't say it.
But it was so over-sensationalized. Bath salts didn't make him eat someone. Like, I think people need to realize that, like, I'm not saying do bath salts, because obviously they're a terrible drug and you shouldn't do them. And clearly that man was messed up. But there's been no other cases where any sort of intoxication or, like, disruption of normal thought created by bath salts has led to someone eating another person or attempting to eat another person. That guy was just fucked up.
There's also a movie called Bath Salt Zombies in 2013. What do you have to say to that?
There's also a movie out now about Winnie the Pooh being a murderer.
I am going to see that. I cannot wait. It's going to be so bad.
It is, but that's what I mean. Films are not really...
All right. Fine. What are your thoughts on the Ebola crisis that started, I think it was in like 2013 or 2014, because I remember when it first started, people were saying that it was zombies.
I'm not gonna lie, at that point, because we were like, what, 13, 14? I was like, zombies are happening. This is it.
Mm-hmm.
We had just gone past 2012 when we were like, okay, the world is ending, and then people were like, now there's zombies, and I was like, well, of course there are.
Yeah.
I mean, again, it wasn't killing people and bringing them back to life. Was it a scary virus? Absolutely. Was it zombifying people? No.
You're such a buzzkill.
Did you see what I put up with?
But, like, wasn't one of the symptoms them, like, lethargically walking around or something, and, like, unexplained bleeding and bruising?
Yeah, and I'm, like, I agree with you that
zombie-like.
I agree with that. They definitely looked zombie-ish, and I'll be the first to admit, I was like, yeah, zombies are happening. This is it.
Mm-hmm.
But they weren't zombies.
Okay.
By that logic, like when people dress up as zombies at, like, haunted houses, they're walking around all when I'm hungover, I look like a zombie.
Okay.
But that does not make me one.
What about your thoughts on the zombie in China video? We've already discovered it's a hoax, but there was a video that went viral a couple months ago of a man being declared dead and, like, has the sheet over him, and he's, like, left alone in this ward, and then he ends up, like, sitting up, looking around, and then, like, getting up and walking away. And people were like, zombie! He came back from the dead.
Am I just, like, not online?
You've heard of chronically online? Caitlin is chronically offline. It's not much of a talking point if you don't.
You guys!
Okay.
No, I think with stuff like that, obviously, I will admit that I haven't seen the video.
Mm-hmm.
And as you said, it's been debunked.
Yeah.
But I think with stuff like that, I mean, there are stories of, like, corpses sitting up and making sounds and whatever.
Yeah.
Like, doing lively things.
Mm-hmm.
But I think approaching it from a scientific standpoint, like, the muscles in the body do different things after death when they're relaxing and their, like, rigor mortis is setting in.
Mm-hmm.
So there are lots of cases where bodies will, like, release gas that sounds like a moan because it's coming from the lungs, where they'll, like, their muscles will twitch or get rigid and they'll, like, fully sit up. That doesn't make it a zombie. Is it something that terrifies me? Absolutely. Can you imagine working in a morgue and having a body just, like, moan all of a sudden?
No.
Exactly. But I mean,
this isn't even a debate, but you're making sense.
But, like,
and I'm listening.
like, I think human bodies are just so weird in general. Like,
that makes sense.
Just acknowledge that bodies are fucking weird. They're equally as weird after death.
I also heard that people who, like, chronically try to say that there is new zombie viruses in China, like, because apparently that happens, like, every once in a while. People will put out an article, which, again, is usually a hoax. I don't know. I can't confirm or deny any of these.
I can.
But
They're hoaxes.
But people will do that a lot, and it could also be racism.
Big time. Look at
Like,
stuff that...
xenophobia, like a fear of others, which, wrong. And
Like-
yeah, exactly, with COVID.
Yeah.
Like there
I think-
were so many Asian hate crimes since
100%.
COVID, and it's like, I'm sorry, did these individuals do this? No.
No.
Did they ask for this or plan for it? No.
No. And I think more people need to discuss that, because I feel like even though obviously there were campaigns to mention it during COVID and all of that stuff, I feel like it wasn't addressed nearly as much as it should have been.
Mm-mm.
And I think you're absolutely right. Stuff like you always hear, oh, it's came out of China, it's coming out of China, so you can't trust it, you can't, like...
Yeah, and that's just, like, okay, you're just being racist at this
Like,
point.
if a disease is going to happen, it's going to happen no matter where it's coming from.
And also, it's literally probably just because it's one of the most populated places on the
100%.
planet. Not because of the people there, but
No.
because it's just more likely to transmit there.
Mm-hmm.
So then, I will ask, since you didn't know about the other ones, do you know about the zombie pigs?
I do, and I actually have a lot to say about the zombie pigs. But I'll let
Okay,
you
do
explain
you-
it first.
Okay. So, if you aren't online, you may not know about zombie pigs. These,
Why did I know about this one?
I don't know. So, I believe in August of 2022, a study was published from Yale University saying how they were able to restore a significant amount of organ activity in pigs that had died of cardiac arrest an hour before.
Mhm.
First of all, that is crazy.
This is what I mean. Like, research on bodies is just fucking wild to me. Whether it's
True.
animals or humans. I know I said human bodies are weird, but just bodies in general.
But yeah, they were using a device like almost like a heart-lung machine, if you know what that is. And fluid containing the animal's blood, a bunch of different drugs like coagulants, and the Yale team was able to restore some function, including liver, kidney activity, heart contractions, and there were signs of their metabolism working. Genes were responsible for cellular repair were active again. And that has never happened before in human history.
That's so wild to me.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand science, and I am the first to admit that I do not get any of it.
Yeah.
But I just think it's so cool.
Well, yeah, absolutely. Because
Well,
hopefully this can be
yeah.
applied to humans in the future. Would they be considered zombies?
Exactly. And this is the point that I wanted to bring up.
Okay, I have
So-
one more thing.
Go for it.
All right, I just want to say the Yale team were doing this by building on a study from 2019 where they had restored activity in the brains of pigs that had been slaughtered for food already.
Mm-hmm.
That in itself is nuts to me. And, okay, your turn. But yeah, people were like, zombie pigs, it's happening.
Do they take the brain? I guess they would, hey?
Yeah.
Sorry, now I'm just thinking about how
But
pigs
these-
get slaughtered.
So-called zombie pigs, they are not the eating brains infected type, but they're essentially
The
coming
reanimation
back to
of a
life.
corpse.
Yeah.
Right. So,
Get into it.
I will. Thank you. I'm going to be a buzzkill again.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Jamie's like, okay, actually don't get into it.
Yeah. Oh.
So I think what needs to be pointed out here is that research isn't reanimating the pigs. Like, they're not...
God, you're such a buzzkill.
I know. I know.
Boring.
Hear me out, though, because I'm still going to talk about how good this stuff is. I think it needs to be noted, like I said, they're not reanimating the pigs. They're reanimating specific organs from the pigs. And, yeah, that counts as, like, a certain level of zombification from what we've talked about. But I think it's important to note that it's not like they're taking pigs that have been dead for a really long time and getting these, like, decayed parts and making them work again and bringing that pig back to life. They're taking, like Jamie said, like, maybe an hour deceased hearts and lungs and brains and whatever the case may be. It's recently deceased, so still relatively viable, as long as there's some sort of blood flow or oxygen source that's happening. And they're making those organs usable for donation. And they're not going to be perfect because obviously they're not fully functional. But it's very different than like finding an old corpse that has been dead for years, centuries, whatever the case may be, like people are afraid of with zombies. And they're not turning those pigs back into pigs that are still pets that are going to live forever. It's not Pet Cemetery. It's just organs. And I think that gives me the same argument as I had for Frankenstein. Why he's not a zombie is, yes, he has all of these parts, but he's not the reanimation of a specific corpse. Zombies aren't, not that they're real, but they're not taking like different pieces from different bodies and sticking it onto their own and whatever the case may be. They're the reanimation of one specific corpse. So if by that logic Frankenstein isn't a zombie, neither are the pigs. You know what I mean?
But I like my version better.
I know you do.
What is catchier? Pig organs able to be used for harvest and saving human lives in the future, or zombie pigs? OMG.
If you ask me, I just think it's a really cool research because
it is.
Think about what we can do. Like, if you think about, as bad as it sounds, think about people who are like in a car accident, who have like freshly passed away, but they're organ donors. Maybe their organs are not perfectly viable, but if we have the research to sort of reanimate those integral organs, we can save so many more people.
All jokes aside, it is pretty amazing.
Like, I just think that's really interesting.
Yeah.
I don't understand it at all, but I think it's so cool.
Me with most things. I don't get it, but that's great.
Anyway, that's all I had to say about that. Because I was like, zombie pigs are really cool, but if you're not reanimating the whole thing, then it's not a zombie.
May I get into some debates now, then?
Well, please do.
You're probably just gonna fly through them all like last time.
So before we start, I will say Jamie would not tell me what these debates were going to be because she didn't want me to have an advantage. Exactly. She didn't want me to have the advantage of doing research. So.
Okay, so this one you just kind of threw as a throwaway comment in the first episode.
Oh.
Is Jesus a zombie?
Yes.
But is he actually?
Yes.
But with your logic, he's not the brain eating, he's functioning as a coherent human being.
He'd be like a warm bodies kind of zombie. Because it is complete reanimation of a corpse.
But then what about vampires?
No. I said...
If a vampire is only sort of like a zombie, isn't Jesus not a zombie? Because he's just back to being a normal human being.
I would say it's the same sort of thing where it's like same genus, or same... Whatever I said. Fucking... Same shit, different day.
So then, if a person dies and I give them CPR and they come back to life, are they a zombie?
No.
Why are they not a zombie but Jesus is?
Because Jesus was brought back to life by magic from his dad in the sky. CPR is a scientific tool used to actually pump life back into people.
All right, I'll take it.
Thank you. There's no sky dad magic.
It's a different species of zombie.
Jesus,
but still zombie. Yeah, Jesus. Yes. Okay. Jesus, we agree.
Yeah.
So then, is a zombie a cryptid?
Yes.
Okay, we agree then. And I'm gonna I thought you were going
And
to
here's
debate
why.
me on that. And I will explain why for viewers. Cryptids are considered animals that cryptozoologists believe may exist somewhere in the wild but are not recognized by science. Fair. We, as humans, are animals, by the way, and I have derived by monks.
In case you guys didn't know that.
I'm assuming I'm in monkeys, but I wrote monks.
Derived by monks.
Derived by monks, aka Homo sapiens, who are a primate. Primate. Homo sapiens. Isn't there a new type of human?
We are Homo sapiens.
Yeah, but there's like a new one. New type of... September 14th, 2022, Homo bodensis.
Yep.
Bodonesis. It is... they found it from the University of Winnipeg in Canada.
Gross.
Led a team of researchers analyzing fossils from Africa and Eurasia to precisely define this new species of our ancestor. Boom. Homo bodensis.
I think she nailed that pronunciation.
I did. Well, that wasn't much of a debate. Do you want to do
It also wasn't much of a date.
Or, nope.
It was I've been on some pretty shit dates, but that one was not great.
Do you have anything for Devil's Advocate? Because I don't really.
What was the question again?
Are zombies cryptids?
Oh. No, I think the only argument that I think people could make is a lot of cryptids are based in, like, mythology. But I think people don't necessarily take the time to research stuff like zombies and vampires because it's so well known. But if you look at it, there's a lot of, we talked about in the first episode, there's a lot of, like, Greco-Roman mythology that mentions zombification and reanimation of the dead. So I think it fits in that category quite well. It may not be, like, it's not like a specific area where they have, like, a zombie that roams around like it would be with, like, Bigfoot or the Loch Ness Monster. But it's still a general, like, cryptozoological idea. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And I think, like, it's a good point you brought up that they identify it as animal-like creatures.
Yeah.
Because I think people get caught up in that being, like, I don't know, like a monkey or a serpent or a squonk. Like that sort
Not the
of.
squonk.
But if you think about it, like, zombies are still, like Jamie said, they're humans, and humans are animals. And if Bigfoot can be sentient, why couldn't a zombie?
Beautiful.
Thank you.
I will then ask, are some
Yep.
Are some cryptids, can they be considered zombies, such as a Wendigo? Would that be like a species of zombie?
I think that would fall under my species of zombie category because,
Okay.
I mean, it is dependent on the culture that it's coming from.
Because, like,
But-
same with, like, the Dagwanoaniets.
Yeah.
They're the heads of... Yeah, I didn't spell it right, but I know how to say it still. Because they're, like, the heads that have come back to life.
Yeah.
Um,
So I think it's very much like it fits with the zombie lore in the sense that, like, it's usually medicine men that are producing them or people using dark magic. And that sort of like mythical element of it. Saying that in the most respectful way possible. Like,
yeah. I feel like I'm just interviewing you.
yeah, I feel like you are too. But I think it's still close enough to that definition of zombie where I'd be like, okay, same branch, different tree. I'm going to see how many analogies I can use to make the same point.
There is also one, it's a Greek zombie, like cryptid, or I guess not cryptid, but like a myth, that's the word. I don't know how to say it. I'm going to spell it and attempt to say it.
Incredible.
But it's straight up it can be a whole different thing. It's VRYKOLAKAS. Virkolacus.
Spell it again. VRY.
Virkolaakas. And apparently they come back from the dead because of, like, sacrilegious lives or being buried in, like, uncredited. That's not the word. Unsacred. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
No.
Unconsecrated grounds.
Okay.
A burial in unconsecrated grounds.
A what?
Unconsecrated.
Say burial one more time.
Burial.
When you said it before, you said a burial.
A burial?
A burial. It's actually more generally considered a vampire. Well, if we're gonna give the facts.
Oh, no, wait, we both agree that vampires are like a form of zombie.
Yes, so this...
I don't know
what
why.
I mean.
Where am I being hostile? Where did it come from?
She's so defensive all the time.
Can aliens be zombies? They're not humans, but what if they're undead, flesh-eating, brain-eating, rotting corpses? Are there alien zombies?
Are they reanimated?
Yeah, but they're not humans.
Then they're zombies.
Okay. What if... No, I think we agree on that. So.
Yeah.
This has been our easiest debates, I think.
Well, because this is the thing. I think... Apparently, I have a lot more opinions on zombies than I thought I did.
I love it.
The key point behind zombies isn't the fact that they're humans being reanimated. It's the fact that it's a reanimation of a corpse. So we could have bug zombies. I mean, look at Pet Sematary. There's like... I use that as if it's like a scientific reference to zombies.
Actually.
But you can... you can have pets that are zombies. Think about, like, the zombie deer. Like, it's not conclusive. Or it's not... Fuck me. It's not conducive to being human. So why couldn't... Like, if aliens have the capacity to die, and they have the capacity to be reanimated, then why wouldn't they be zombies?
Okay. I have one final, technically, debate then.
Incredible.
I will start by saying this is about The Last of Us.
Oh boy. Here come the waterworks.
The directors did a podcast, and in the podcast, they confirm this, that the zombies are not reanimated corpses. They're still alive. So the fungus has infected the people while they were alive and just taken control of them and used them as like a host body. Are they zombies? They didn't die.
No.
So they're not reanimated. They're not technically going around eating brains. The person inside is still there. They just have no control over their limbs. So they do have the intelligence. So that's why you can hear some of them screaming and crying. Because the person inside doesn't want to be chasing people down and killing them.
That's why I think they don't have the full intelligence, though, because they're cognizant of the fact that they're doing it, but they're not the ones doing it. It's the fungus that's doing it.
Because it's, like, controlling their, like, part of the nervous system in their brain.
Yeah, so they're not making a conscious... But they're not making a conscious... No, because they're... Let me finish my fucking sentence. Okay. They're not the ones making the conscious decision to attack. Like, they don't have that control.
Okay.
So it's not an intelligent... What I was going to say is I don't necessarily consider them zombies, because I don't even think the creators of The Last of Us consider it zombies, because it is a fungus. And I think that's supposed to be the scary part of it, is that it's not the reanimation of a corpse. It's not this general consensus that zombies don't feel anything and they're just the undead. It's the fact that you can still be alive and feel all of the pain and see all of the terrible things that you're doing, but have no control over your own body. So
and with that being said, we decided to do a 3-part series on zombies on a show that doesn't have real zombies in it.
Correct. Because I think they're zombie-like, definitely. Because if they weren't, no one would consider it a zombie show.
Yeah.
But if you look at how they're being controlled, and like even like compare it to another program that has similar fast moving zombies. Think about 28 Days Later. I know you haven't seen it, but like in my head, the zombies in 28 Days Later, you can tell that they don't have the intelligence. They don't have any sort of capacity to feel pain. That like none of that is there. Whereas with The Last of Us, there's so many close-up shots of the zombies where you can still see the human qualities in their eyes. Given that their eyes have not been turned into mushrooms. But
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, and like I said, I think that's what makes it even more scary, is that they're not zombies, they're cordyceps. It's something completely natural that could absolutely have the potential to happen. And it would be of no fault of anyone's, because it's a natural occurrence and there's nothing we can do to stop it. So I think that's almost freakier than if it was like a brain-eating zombie. It's just a human who can feel the pain, feel the fear, but is completely powerless to stop it.
That was wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for thanking me.
You're welcome.
Yep.
Anyway. I guess my next point, you led us beautifully into the topic, nature and zombies.
Oh boy.
All right, class, turn to chapter 4. I'm not going to pronounce any of these correct, but I'm going to talk
so
about
excited
zombies
about it.
in nature. If you are curious about these funguses and zombie-like creatures, just look it up yourself. I can't tell you how to spell it or how to say it.
Fuck you guys. You can figure it out for yourself.
Just try. I can't help it. So first and foremost, honorable mentions: bears who go into hibernation, not zombies. Frogs going into hibernation. Hearts slowing down to the stopping point.
Thank you. Can I just say, because this is,
Are they zombies? Is that what you're going to say?
no, I'm going to
Okay.
talk about bears versus frogs.
Okay.
Welcome to Creeps and Coffee. This is a very important discussion.
Yeah, we're talking
Bears
about
don't-
bears.
Biologically speaking, bears do not hibernate.
True.
go to
Why
sleep
did they
for a
lie
long
to
time.
us?
Because it's easier to explain, like, it's easier to tell kids that they're hibernating than it is to explain the biological necessities of,
Like, bears don't actually
true
go to sleep for
hibernation.
like 6 months.
even if they go to sleep for a long time, but they stay in their caves, they have enough food stored up.
Yeah.
The genuine definition of hibernation is what, like, a tree frog does, where, like Jamie said, their heart slows down to the point where there is no viable signs of life, essentially, and then they are basically reanimated.
Yeah, they get like frozen into ice, and then in
Exactly.
the spring they pop up and they're like, woo! What a
Exactly.
refreshing nap.
That is hibernation. That does not happen to bears. Nobody's going to be afraid to wake up a tree frog during hibernation because, first of all, it's a tree frog, and it's not going to be woken up unless it gets, like, unfrozen.
Yeah.
But I sure as shit would be terrified to wake up a bear during this supposed hibernation because it has the capability of waking up and being pissed that you woke it up.
Yeah.
Anyway,
It's also a giant 200-pound bear. 400? I don't know how heavy bears are.
I want to snuggle
Also,
so bad.
There's a new movie that came out called Cocaine Bear.
Based on
about
a true
bear
story.
that goes on cocaine. What?
Yeah, it's based on a true story about a bear that ate a shit ton of cocaine.
I thought, I'm gonna need to watch that now. I thought someone was just like, here's a stupid movie idea that'll make people watch. Okay.
A bunch of cocaine that was dropped by drug smugglers in Tennessee.
Oh my god.
And then the bear obviously ate it, went on a fucking rampage. And then they found it dead of, like, pretty much an overdose in northern Georgia. And then they taxidermied it and displayed it at a mall in Kentucky. Oh my god, they named it
What's its name?
Pablo Escobar.
Pablo Escobar.
That's the best thing I've ever heard in my life.
I was gonna cut this out, but I think Pablo
I think-
deserves to be left in now.
Pablo Escobar.
Thank you for your sacrifice, Pablo. And now we're gonna talk about parasites.
Okay.
Were you done with your frog bear
Yes, sorry.
conversation? Okay.
Not a necessary addition to the conversation, but
Okay.
important to me.
Yeah. If it matters to you, it matters to me.
Thank you.
So I want to talk about some parasites.
Amazing.
So there is a flatworm called Leucochloridium paradoxum,
Okay.
which is considered a scourge of North America and Europe, as it is it zombifies snails, essentially.
That's basically like the thing I was talking about with the ants.
Yeah,
But in
I'll
snails.
explain the ants. The ants
Yeah.
are the next one. Come on, they're cordyceps, the fungus.
Fuck
Just,
me.
you know.
Like, bugs are creepy enough as it is. Like, why you gotta make it worse?
But this flatworm paradoxum, I'm not going to say the full name again because I
Yep.
don't think I physically can. They get their droppings in the bird poop, and then the snails eat the droppings and then get
Right.
like infected. And once the eggs of the parasite are inside the snail's body, the worms infest the eye stalks of the snails,
Ugh.
turning them into brightly colored, pulsating organ tentacles that attract birds to repeat the cycle. Then the birds eat the infested snail, the parasites reproduce,
That's kind of
birds
smart, actually.
poop. But that's messed up.
It's absolutely messed up.
Could you
but-
imagine being a human and
No.
the parasite inside you just pops tentacles out of your eyes?
No, I don't actually want to imagine that at all.
No.
But it is fascinating.
Yeah.
Like, I gotta give some props to the parasite, because
It's creative.
it's a pretty solid way of continuing the cycle.
Yeah. It's messed up. I was like, oh my god.
I hate it,
Yeah.
but I gotta give some cred to the parasite there.
Yeah, and now we'll talk about, like, the regular Last of Us, the cordyceps. There is
Is that like the ants?
It's just cordyceps in general.
Great.
They do infest ants.
One more time. Ants.
But the cordyceps fungus as like a species are called quote unquote zombie masters.
Right.
And there's a specific genus called Ophiocordyceps.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's how you say it. And their victims are the carpenter ant in the jungles of Thailand. And this is probably the one you were talking about?
I think so.
Yeah. So once the fungus invades the poor ants' bodies, it's too late. You can't cut off a limb. You can't save them. You're dead. The fungus spreads through the host. They're completely unaware of this happening. And this parasite can also affect different arthropods. Is that supposed to be arthropods?
Arthropods.
Arthropods, including butterflies and cockroaches.
See, cockroaches are already creepy enough, man.
Yeah.
Why they gotta
True.
be zombies?
Not the zombie cockroaches.
God, they already don't die.
True. Different debate.
Yeah.
But these poor ants completely lose their ability to control their own behavior, thanks to this fungus. And then, just before dying, the infected body, the zombie, grasps a perch as the fungus erupts. Which, if you've seen The Last of Us, like spores erupting, they have to wear gas masks. It's not in the show. But the poor ant explodes, essentially, releasing
Wow. More spores.
from the back of their head
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
to rain down spores. So they go up high on a perch, they explode, and it rains down spores on the
Right.
unsuspecting other ants below,
Right.
starting the cycle again.
Do you think ants are scared of that? Like, do you think they realize that there's like an ant zombie apocalypse happening?
Probably. We just don't know that they know. When they die, these infected zombie ants, they leave ant graveyards, which are essentially the fungus-infested husks are all across the floor of the forest, and with the right humidity and temperature, it allows the fungus to thrive in the dead bodies as well.
Ugh,
Yeah.
that's nasty.
It is possible that zombie-style parasitism between funguses and their hosts goes all the way back to the Cretaceous period.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah, but I googled it. Zombie dinosaurs. Not a lot of research has been done on that.
You guys don't worry. Jamie Googled it.
Yeah,
Zombie
it's
dinosaurs, not a fear that you should have.
There wasn't a lot of them, or any that we know
I was going to say, but there were some.
We don't know. Maybe. Probably not, but maybe.
Never say
But
never.
the fungus doesn't actually do like what a lot of zombies movies say, and it doesn't infect the brain itself.
It's just the nervous
controls
system.
like the nervous system, but it may never actually enter the actual cranial cavity. So your skull never needs to be like invaded.
Exposed.
Yeah,
Ooh,
it could
good
just go to
word.
your like spine or your neck.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Why is that more unsettling?
Yeah, it's definitely
Like, I don't like
Not-
the thought of my brain having something in it, but the thought of something, like, in my no.
yeah, no. But
I
yeah,
don't like that.
and scientists.
Scientists.
I don't sound intelligent, but I'm trying. The scientists are discovering. The scientists are, unfortunately, just beginning to study the host and the species and how they're able to occupy the same body and how the fungus takes control. They're just starting to understand and learn about it. So
You know
if
what,
that,
though?
if the Last of Us kind of thing comes about, we're screwed.
You know what, though? And I'm not saying this in a positive, like a super positive way, but I will say, from a psychological standpoint, that's kind of an interesting research thing to look into, because we already barely understand the human brain as it is.
Yeah.
There's lots of, like, obviously we've got the unconscious bias, we've got the subconscious thoughts and behaviors, all of that stuff. And it's interesting to think about how that would be affected when there's sort of two consciousnesses in one body.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like,
It'd be terrifying.
weirdly enough, I feel like it would be very similar research to stuff that we look at with, like, dissociative identity
I
disorder.
was just thinking, yeah.
But obviously very different, but sort of that same general idea of, like, multiple physical and mental experiences in one host.
Yeah. They're also studying, because, like, they're doing research on the chemical signals that alter the behavior and the appearance. And they're also trying to figure out, like, how the fungus and these other parasites are able to manipulate brain chemicals.
Right. I don't like
That
that.
sounds like you have to be, like, a really advanced species to be able to manipulate brain chemicals. We have to do that with drugs.
Are these parasites aliens? Next episode,
They look
we do
like
a
it.
6-part on aliens.
Listen, it's we've done 3 episodes on zombies. I don't think we can do 4.
The thought of it not being a monster is almost scarier than the typical zombie that we would think about. Because, like I said, it's out of our control. It's a part of nature. And it's like any other part of nature that sort of has more power than we do. It puts into perspective, like, how weak we as a species really are. I think humans are very used to being, like, the primary species and not taking shit from anybody. But when we are hit with the reality that, like, it's not just us, it's not, like, not everything is fully in our power, in our control, it's really unsettling. So in the same sense that, like, I would be terrified of something like a tornado or a tsunami or a hurricane, because those things are completely natural but out of our control and cause major destruction, I'm equally as afraid of cordyceps. Because it's a natural process that we have no idea. It could be something as simple as maintaining our routine, like ants or snails eating bird poop. Like, something that you think sustains your life could be the thing that ends it.
Oof. Heavy.
Boomtown.
And so then that pretty much sums up everything besides gushing about The Last of Us for me.
I don't think I've cried harder at a TV show in a long time than I did at episode 3. And I'm really mad about it, actually, because, like I said, I started watching this show because I thought it was going to be zombies. And instead, I got a very emotional love story that tore my heart.
Heartbreak, love.
Just really destroyed my emotions.
Yeah.
And I still haven't recovered. Like, can you guys hear my voice right now? Like, I have not stopped crying.
Yeah. But, like, they were getting flack from these people who, like, you were just like, oh, yeah, zombie show, and started watching, who were then like, oh, I don't want to see two men kiss. Like, can you just enjoy the show, please? Like,
yeah, just for fuck's sake. They do a fucking great job of making it emotional, okay?
yeah, like, leave the homophobia behind. It's the zombie apocalypse. If they were lucky to find someone to be happy with, let
Exactly.
'em.
Exactly.
I was also impressed because have you seen the playthrough of the games?
The first one, but not the second one.
The first one? I thought they did a really good job at mixing, like, gameplay elements with new things like Bill and Frank.
Well, that's what I was saying about
entertained.
Yeah, that's what I was saying about, like, in the last episode. Like, I think they do an incredible job of keeping the the, like, likeliness of, no, I can't talk, the likeness is what I was going for. They do a really good job of keeping the likeness of the gameplay and, like, keeping original dialogue that's integral to the story.
Yes.
Like, keeping characters and their personalities. But like you just said, like, they give you that little bit extra that makes it feel like, okay, well, I'm not just watching a shot-by-shot remake of gameplay that I've seen. Even, like, I think it was episode 2, I was watching, like, a side-by-side of the gameplay, and it, like, Joel's gun getting stuck in the holster as if it would when you were a player, like, trying to do your thing fast enough. Yeah. Like, it's just, they do it so well, where it keeps you captivated, and you can, like, you can share in your experience with it, but also get something new.
You're, like, they do it also well. Like, in episode 5, there's one sequence where Joel is doing a shooting scene, like, to a T, like the game, but you're not just watching him shooting the whole time. You get to cut to the other characters because it's not like a first-person shooter game.
Yeah, you get that different experience. So much more.
Because I can recognize this is from this part of the game, but also I can still be invested in it. Kudos to them for making a zombie show that balances, like, human politics and stuff well with, like, the quote-unquote zombies, because we determine they're not zombies, but I'll just keep calling them zombies.
Zombie-like creatures.
Yeah. This one, I can watch this show late at night, and I'm not left with nightmares of zombies. I'm left with thoughts about the humans and the zombie creatures.
Well, it, like you said, it's a solid balance between how we think people would actually be reacting in a situation like this, and it's not like it's a fresh apocalypse either. Like, it's like 20 years that they've been dealing with it.
Yeah.
So you get to see sort of
Which is
how...
also new and fresh and different, because usually, like, you get, like, the very beginning.
Yeah, watching people panic.
Yeah.
But you get to see a unique perspective on it, which I really enjoy.
And I also really like that, like, it's not just a zombie show for the sake of, zombies, it's not meant to be scary. It's actually not a horror thing. There's a lesson to learn once the whole series is done, once each season is done. After each episode, I'm left thinking about my emotions, I'm left thinking about relationships, feelings.
We were left thinking about it so much that we made a 3-part episode.
Yeah. But I don't get that with, like, zombies. I don't get that with 28 Weeks Later. I don't get that with Train to Busan.
No, I agree.
Which is impressive to me.
Yeah, it's a completely different experience.
And the last thing I'll add with that is this came out, I believe, in, like, 2013, the game. They essentially predicted COVID. Because the intro sequence to the video game literally says, oh my god, like, we're declaring a national emergency, there's a pandemic, like, everybody needs to start wearing masks, like, people are burning bodies, people are dying, and
Triggered.
I started watching it because I was bored in 2020, March. And as I was watching it, I was like, this is happening right now.
Maybe I should not do this right now.
So yeah, it was definitely triggering for me. I will just say that.
Well, it's just, I think that's credit to the game writers as well. Like, when you understand human qualities and human interactions so well, you can do stuff like that without, like, guarantee. Obviously, it's not like, oh, they knew that COVID was going to happen. But when you understand human behavior and, like, the lack of compassion and, like, what you can predict is going to happen, it makes it so much more realistic. And in all likelihood, it's going to mirror what society, or how society is going to react. So I think that it really speaks to the talent of the writers and the art directors and all of that sort of team, because they clearly understood humanity. Because it's pretty shit.
Yeah.
Also, shout out to my friend Ruby, who was on the art team for the show.
Woo!
So
You did amazing.
she did, even though her name is not in the credits anywhere.
Why?
I was mad about it.
HBO.
Yeah, what the
Excuse
fuck,
me?
HBO?
Hello? Get on that.
Yeah.
Nobody from
Anyway.
HBO is listening to us.
No, of course not. Absolutely not. I don't even think Ruby's listening.
Ruby.
But no, I think
yeah.
you guys are probably very sick of us talking about zombies.
Yeah. Are you zombied out yet?
Because we're not. Join us next week for part 4.
Yeah. We're kidding. We're done.
Yeah, that was a joke. I promise. But I actually really enjoyed talking about zombies this much.
I figured.
I'm happy I got the chance to hear your side of things too.
Thanks.
Yeah.
It was mostly just me asking you questions because I knew my answers, but I didn't know if anyone else agreed with me.
That's fair. Well, thank you guys for joining us on our zombie journey. You've dealt with Hauntings 101, so this is the conclusion of our semester in Zombies 202.
Yeah.
The advanced class.
The end of an era.
End of an era. You guys are probably saying
Until
thank
the
God.
next season comes out, and then...
Exactly. And then we're going to have so much more to say. No, we really enjoyed this episode, and we hope you guys did too.
Yeah.
And we would love to hear your thoughts on zombies.
And also, if you're going to leave a review saying we talk too much, this is not the show for you. It is a podcast, and in podcasts, we talk about things.
Shocker, I know.
Yeah.
But no,
so,
we genuinely would love to hear your thoughts and your opinions, but we've had...
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, we've had one not-so-savory email from someone who probably should not have been contacting the show. We'd love to hear actual opinions. Thank you for listening. If you would like to email the show and tell us about zombies, or to tell us to never talk about zombies again, which is fair, you can get in touch with us at creepsandcoffee@gmail.com. You can send us a message on Twitter or on Instagram at creepsandcoffee. And if you would like to help support the show and help us fuel our caffeine-induced recording sessions, you can support us over at our Buy Me a Coffee page, which is buymeacoffee.com/creepsandcoffee. And yeah, I promise we'll shut up now.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. I love you. Creeps and Coffee is produced and edited by us, Kate and Jane.
Our theme music is Stuck in a Hole by Dated.
For more information on where to find them, check out the link in our show notes. And to connect with us, follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Creeps and Coffee.